And now it's ruined. This is the worst screen possible. I am definitely going to have to change the way we do this because it is so annoying. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Richard Tells Us All About His Mad Alien Overlords. Appreciate you all coming up.
Peace and respect to you all.
Sorry, Richard, go on ahead.
I just want to say peace and respect to everyone. Thanks for showing up.
Yeah, thanks everybody for coming in. Really do appreciate it. It means a lot that you are all still here, especially with everything that's been going on recently. We're going to hopefully have a bit of fun tonight, bit of enjoyment, and yeah, none of that fucking bullshit. Sammy's here. Hi, Sammy. And hello everybody. Hello Willie. Hello Tog. Hello Richard. Dave, why are you running late? Hurry up with that premiere. Get over here. And from what we remembered last week, we were on chapter 63. We are running very close to the end of this now, Richard, aren't we?
Getting pretty close to ending it up, yeah.
We'll make it, another 3 episodes out of it, maybe 2.
Something like that, yeah.
And then we will have
Depends on how repetitive it is, I guess.
Yeah, we'll have an after party as well then, and we can get other people in. We can go through your list. And, what was the other thing I wanted to say? Oh, there was something. Yeah, it'll come back to me. Doesn't matter. It'll come back to me. So, Richard, we will just dive straight into it. Go for it.
Well, straight into it, but let's make that print as large as we can. If it runs off the screen for the viewers, I apologize to them, but I have so much trouble reading that size print, and I've made it as big as I can on my end.
Right, let me see how big it looks on the stream. You awkward man, you.
It looks good on the stream as it is right now, but that's not bad.
Right.
That looks okay.
Yeah, that's the edge of the limit. So, yeah, if I go any more, it'll go outside the screen. I'll have to re-edit. As I say, I'm not liking the way this is set up. It's annoying.
Yep.
But
yep.
Can you see it okay now?
I think we can struggle through, yeah.
Don't make me read,
It's
man. Nobody wants to
better
listen
than
to me.
usual. Do you want to highlight things? Do you want to not highlight things? I don't know. Is our studio audience used to that?
Well, it did usually happen, but you said that you prefer to read it, not highlight it.
Yeah, I think it's actually easier for me personally. I hate to be selfish, but if I'm reading it aloud, it's best if I can read it.
Oh yeah, it's best if you can read it. So, we'll just leave it as it is, and as I say, man, chapter 33, 63, if you want to just dive straight. You've nothing to cover from last week, no?
I don't think I had any citations because it was just really repetitive.
Yeah. Right, well then we'll just go on ahead, man. You work away.
All right. And in those days, the powerful kings who hold the earth will petition the angels of punishment, to whom they are delivered, that they should give them a little rest, so that they could fall down and worship before the Lord of the spirits, and could acknowledge their sins before him. And they will bless and glorify the Lord of spirits, and will say, Blessed is the Lord of spirits, and the Lord of kings, the Lord of the powerful, the Lord of the rulers, and the Lord of glory, and the Lord of wisdom, and every secret is clear. And thy power is to all generations, and thy glory to all eternity. Deep are thy secrets, all and without number, and thy justice without reckoning. Now we know that we should praise and bless the Lord of kings, and him who rules over all the kings. And they will say, Who will give us rest, that we might praise and thank and bless him, and be believers before his glory? And now we long for a little rest, and do not find it. We are driven away and do not receive it. The light has ceased before us, and darkness in our dwelling place to all eternity. For before him we have not believed, and have not honored the name of the Lord of kings, and we have not praised the Lord of all of his doings. And our hope was in the scepter of our kingdom and in our glory. And in the day of our trial and trouble, he did not save us, and we did not find rest to believe that our Lord is faithful in all his deeds and all his judgments and his justice, and that his judgment does not lost it.
We're here. We're over here. We're over here.
Where is it?
We're here.
His judgment does not respect persons. Let me stop right there at 9. If you'd move that down just a little bit. Okay, because I think there were some really important things to cover in this chapter, which is refreshing. Some new stuff to cover.
It sounded pretty fucking repetitive to me, but go on ahead with your new interpretation.
Okay, because I see some things different here that have not been mentioned before. I think this is the perspective of people on the earth, which the book has been going over and over, the perspective of the fallen angels. But this would be the perspective of people on this planet and what they will be thinking. Of course, these aren't direct quotes; they're not meant to be, but supposed to be exemplary of the sorts of things people will be thinking in the moment. That they had depended on their kings, and by that would mean governmental bodies of this earth, or religious leaders, or maybe both.
Yeah, the bosses.
But those people will not save them. Go ahead.
The bosses, the men in charge.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I can see that in that. Yes, the language is repetitive, but I can see the different point of view.
Yes. No, don't move yet. There's some things.
Oh,
there's things and stuff and things.
Show us the stuff.
I wanted to pick out some particular lines here. I need to find them again. Give rest. Give rest is here more than once.
There's one.
Yeah, it's there, and then it's also give a little rest. The second line. So anyway, it's more than once here. I'd like to point out to people that this is actually the definition of the name Moses. Okay,
well, just to point out, Lord of Kings. It's appeared the exact same amount of times as that, and more specific than them. So I'm just pointing out that is just, rest is the only word that's appeared twice.
Yes.
Rest.
The one who gives rest. That's the definition of Moses. Just wanted to hit that real quick. And then here we are saying, we've changed our minds. So I have to read it a second time, sorry.
That's all right.
The secret, and every secret is clear. So people who claim that the Bible and works like this are easy to understand and are clear to understand, obviously are not reading the text themselves that says these things are not clear up until a certain point, and that point would be when God and heaven arrive. That is the overall topic here.
We could use the word Lord. Lord appears an absolute ton of times, as well as rest. But that's, but that's really being pedantic, because Lord is, and it's a fucking scriptural book. Okay, chapter 9. I'm not going to be that much of an asshole. Go for it.
And we shall disappear before his face on account of our deeds, and all our sins are counted in justice. Now they will say to them, our souls are satisfied with unjust goods, but it does not prevent our going to the flames of the pain of hell. And after that their countenances will be filled with darkness and shame before that Son of Man. They will be expelled from his presence, and a word will dwell in their midst before his countenance. And thus said the Lord of the spirits, this is the ordinance of judgment, of the mighty and of the kings, and the exalted, and those who hold the earth before the Lord of the spirits.
That's it. Go on, finish the freaking thing. We've only this, and then there's the
may as well.
Yeah.
And I saw faces of places. No, this is going to be a subject change. And I saw faces of places secret, and heard the voice of the angels. Yeah, this is going to be a subject change.
Okay, right. Remember that it says of the spirits, and we'll go back up.
Yeah. Okay, so I think this is just speaking more to people who can't accept the new paradigm and the situation that they will be in. So on topic, this is talking about people of the earth who won't accept heaven's arrival. And their faces would be cast down, and they would be in darkness. I think that's all there is right there.
Yeah.
You see anything else?
No, I see people trying to repent and God going, fuck off. You've already ruined it. You're all going to hell.
Okay.
Too late. Boat sailed.
I really think that the overview of that, and I think you raised a good point, that it is throughout the text very, very pronounced what you just said. Okay? I think there's a really good reason for that. I think it's being lamented. It's being overstated on purpose because it's a horrible thing.
I was just wondering there if you were making a reference to an Irish version of this. Haven't seen it yet.
No, I'm just saying that, you know,
Yeah, it's as simple as that. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to put our point of view on it and not technically believe it or go with it or anything like that. But
right.
Yeah, people in the audience are shouting alien overlords, so I'm going to shout alien overlords.
Oh, there's Bill Ashby. Hello, Bill Ashby, and Renee Nene.
Renee is a new person to the Discord, and Not a Great Gamer just
hi.
jumped in as well, so hi as well.
Renee Nene. It sounds like I'm stuttering, but I guess not.
Yeah, we can blame Spooky for her. If she does anything wrong, it's all Spooky's fault. I love the way Dave has tried to type alien overlords, and he's typed it that fast, he's put a T at the end of it. Alien overlords.
Alien.
Oh, right. Chapter 64. It's short. I'll read this one. We'll give you a wee bit of me.
Sure.
Right? And I saw other faces in that place in secret. I heard the voice of the angel saying, "These are the angels who descended from heaven upon the earth, and have revealed to the children of men that which was secret, and has led them astray, the sons of men, that they committed sin." And I know I changed one word there, but I wasn't going back. Right, what do you think, Richard?
Okay, so that's just referring back to the fallen angels, obviously.
Yeah, so not. Right, this is how.
Why do we have chapter 64 and then chapter 60?
Because this is the waffly bit that you ask us to take out of. It's the scholarly opinion.
Oh, okay, scholarly opinion part. Yeah.
Yeah, we're ignoring the scholarly opinion because it's boring. Anybody can find that anywhere. Richard.
Well, if they had it right, it would make sense and be believable.
Just out of point.
If it has value.
Okay, well, just something here. And Noah, not Enoch, is the recipient of the vision in the following. So making a reference back to Genesis here.
Yeah.
We should read the life of Noah. The life of Enoch, life of Noah. See, just saying. Scholarly. Boring. Right.
It's boring.
Yeah, we'll go back to the aliens.
I'm not saying the consensus view has no value, but it only has value within doctrine that's already accepted. And I don't find the doctrine to be valuable in the first place.
There's an awful lot of waffle here that we're skipping, like making a lot of references into Ezekiel and Daniel.
That's a whole pile of waffles.
Oh, that's 63. We're getting there.
I mean, I love waffles, but just gee whiz.
You're not. It's a waffling on. It's a term we would use. Not actual waffles. It just means you just.
Not actual. I thought you meant actual waffles. I'm actually getting hungry thinking about
Hi Nez, thank you very much for coming. Nez is great.
And we always highlight and read what we have not read.
Yes, everything. It's supposed to be pink. It looks purple to me.
It looks red to me.
It looks more pinky purple there. More purple there. I don't know. We've got an artist, Nez. Does that look pink there and purple like that? Pink, purple, pink, purple.
It looks like pink and magenta to me, but...
Oh, okay. You're going to be frickin'... Oh, I'm going to just slap you and kick you from the stream. Pedantic.
I'm just saying it's not purple. Purple has some blue in it. That doesn't look blue at all.
Oh. Right, I'm going to highlight this just to annoy you. Chapter 65.
That'd be fine. I'll love you anyway.
Go on ahead.
And in those days, Noah saw the earth, that it was curved. That's an interesting line. And that its destruction was near. And he lifted up his feet from there and went to the ends of the earth and called out to his grandfather Enosh. And Noah said with
Enoch, yes, we've already established
that's what I said. To his grandfather Enoch. Yeah. and Noah said with a bitter voice, "Hear me, hear me, hear me," 3 times. And he said to him, "Tell me, what is it that has been done on the earth, that the earth is so tired out and shaken? May I not be destroyed with it?" And after this time there was a great trembling on the earth, and a voice was heard from heaven. Sound familiar? And I fell on my face. And Enoch, my grandfather, came and stood by me, and said to me, "Why dost thou so bitterly and lamentingly cry to me? A command has come before the presence of the Lord. over all those who dwell on the earth, that their sole end is at hand, that their end is at hand, because, wow, if I could just learn to read, because they know all the secrets of the angels, and all the violence of the Satans, and all the powers of sorcery, and all the powers of those who practice sorcery, and the powers of fascination, and the powers of those who make metal images of the whole earth, and also how silver is produced from the dust of the earth, and how soft metal originates on the earth. For lead and zinc are not pronounced like the former. A fountain it is which produces what?
Produce. That word is not, you said it wrong. Zinc are not produced like the former. A fountain is which produces them.
Oh, what did I say?
I have no idea.
A fountain is which produces them, and an angel who stands in it, and that angel is excellent. And after that, my grandfather Enoch took hold. Well, I'm going to stop right there. And after 9. Okay, so I think we're back to the 7 mountains of metals. Although it doesn't mention all 7 of them, it mentions some of them.
Making a reference to the earth more so than the yeah. I always find them mountains as a reference to building and all this here. You know, it's.
Well, I was talking specifically about the 7 mountains of metal.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Okay, not just generally 7 mountains of God, but 7 mountains of metal.
I was here for that episode. Would you believe?
Yes, yes. That it seems to my memory you were here. That what it's referring to here is mentioned elsewhere in other texts that being what will be recovered off of this earth are the majority, maybe almost all of 7 major important usable metals. Of course, with the recovery of those metals, I think what's being suggested here is that they were deposited here as well. So the secret of the metals, that they're not just dust of the earth, that they don't just occur naturally, I think is what's being said here.
I can see that is what it's saying. I disagree with that statement, but
It's okay to disagree with it.
Of course, I disagree with most of the things you say, but I disagree with. I can see your point, but I'm not going to say that fucking metals don't find them way.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I have my doubts about the nuclear model of stars, but anyway.
Are you trained in that in any way? No, you're good with the chainsaw.
Am I trained in that? No. Actually, recently I've been looking into that kind of thing. I'm not classically trained. I'm not talented. Could you scroll back? You
can just look at the lights.
You
can just look at the light spectrum and tell what's inside it. Maybe how it is come about and how the actual nuclear reaction is described could be wrong.
Right.
But actually, looking at the light spectrum, we can tell what's inside it. That's just. It's one of those things, man. When you burn a certain thing, it gives off a light spectrum. We can see it. Yes. It's in there.
Yes. I said I wasn't going to talk about it, but since you started,
I just said that. No, we're moving down.
Okay, so
chapter 9.
we have NASA has 16 different kinds of cameras looking at the sun this moment. Okay, and we see ionized metals, including heavy metals, coming off of the sun. And I understand that there's the long process and the short process.
Sorry, just to interrupt. You said this the other night as well when you were having this. We see metals coming off the sun. We don't see metals coming off the sun. We use the light spectrum to tell what's in the sun. The metals do not get released from the sun until they are supernova.
That's the problem I'm having. We are right now with different cameras looking at ionized heavy metals coming off the sun. Go to NOAA and look for yourself.
Right.
NOAA, NOAA.
Okay, I look into that.
Okay. We do see a lot of heavy metals coming in, over more dense than iron. Okay? And we should only see those. And my argument is there's too much of it coming off for it to be the slow process without supernova, which obviously the sun's not gone supernova. And that's my whole argument. There's too much coming off for it to be slow process. But anyway.
You know, if you actually took a wee bit of mass out of our sun, it would last longer because of the size of it. You know, there's lots of different things that you have to take into consideration, man. I generally don't think that they're going to say that. Oi, excuse me 1 second. I can't mute because I have the PDF in front of OBS. This is another reason I don't like it. Get off that seat, damn dog. No metals come off the sun. I think what you're talking about is actual light spectrum. I'm going to add that to the list. Hold on, we're adding that to the list. Richard's quotes.
Heavy metals are coming off the sun as we speak. How's that for a quote?
I'm going to have to close this because I've accidentally deleted something and not save. Don't save, right? And then open again. Sorry. Heavy metals are coming off the sun.
In large amounts as we speak.
Oh, he's even adding that in.
Yeah, I'll add that in. Huge amounts, actually.
Well, is it huge amounts relative to what's on Earth or huge amounts relative to what the size of the sun is? Because the sun's fucking huge, like.
When I say huge amounts, I mean I personally feel from what I've seen that it's too much to be the slow process.
From your perspective?
Yeah.
Okay. Knowing that about something.
Very little about it.
Very little about it. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. Right. Boom that back up.
Sure.
Boom that back up. Okay. Number 9.
Number 9.
That
and
was
after
awful. That was awful, man. Just we'll do it offline and I'll give you some points and hinters about how to do an Irish language, but no, that was bad.
What was bad?
9. You went 9.
Oh, I didn't mean to. 9. And after that, my grandfather Enoch took hold of me with his hand and raised me up, and there's a drop-down list in front of the words.
Sorry.
Okay. Raised me up and said to me, "Go, for I have asked the Lord of the spirits concerning this shaking of the earth." Oh, I never spoke about the shaking of the earth. I think the quaking of the earth, the shaking of the earth is talking about the two events of end times of the shaking of the earth, and that's recalled here for the same reason.
Yeah, the shaking of the earth would probably happen if the damn thing's exploding and ripping apart and people are stealing everything from it.
Yeah, but mostly with the removal of the oceans. And he said to me, "On account of their injustice, their judgment is completed, and will not be counted before me concerning the months which they have searched out, and through which they have learned that the earth will be destroyed, and those who live thereon. And for them there will be no place of refuge to eternity, because they have showed them that which was secret, and they will be judged. But not thou, my son. The Lord of the spirits knows that thou art clean and free of this blame concerning the secrets. And he has strengthened thy name among the holy, and will preserve thee from those who dwell on the earth, and will strengthen thy seed in justice for kings and great honors. And from thy seed will proceed the fountain of the just and the holy, without number to eternity." This is the same promise he makes to Abraham.
Well,
just pointing it out.
Well, that's good that you pointed out. I did not know that was the exact, it's been a while since I've read all that, but it's good that you made that reference.
Children like sands of the sea.
Pardon?
Abraham. Children like grains of sand in the sea is promised to Abraham. So here it says without number to eternity. Basically.
Oh yeah. Oh, but if you say it that way, man, and put it in that reference, yeah, he's gonna be. Yeah, his kids were going on for eternity and all that. Yes, I know
right
that.
On.
I just didn't get the reference point, but then that's a good thing. I haven't completely started to think like you.
Right.
If these chapters are this short, we might even fucking finish the night. Chapter 66.
Yeah, we might. Okie dokie. And after that, he showed me the angels of punishment, who were prepared to come in order to open all the powers of the water, which is under the earth, that it may be a judgment and destruction over all those who live and dwell on the earth. And the Lord of spirits commanded the angel who went forth that they should not lift up their hand, but should wait, for these angels are over the power of the waters. And I went away from the presence of Enoch. Okay, so I think this is the seraphim, the six-winged angels held against the great river Euphrates elsewhere in the Bible. Held against the waters. That is they're going to do something to the water, but are held back for a certain time.
Yeah, I'm also going to make a reference to something here which I already know the answer to, but Enoch's happening, and then this is a description of something that has already happened on an earth, and then it's making reference to the Noah story, So the whole flood thing happens. Like, I'm trying to sort out your timeline here.
Oh, the timeline is none of this is historical to this planet.
Yes. I know you're just making that statement, but the world is being blown up, and does the flood happen at the end? Does the flood?
We are the flood. From what I can understand, human beings are the flood.
Okay, that's right. We had this discussion every time they talked about water. You made that reference, and I disagreed with you. Okay.
Right.
Well, there you go.
6, 7. And in those days, the voice of God was with me. And he said to me, Noah, behold, thy portion has ascended to me, a portion without blame, a portion of love and of rectitude. And now the angels are making a wooden building, and when they are gone to that work, I will lift up my hands upon it, and will preserve it. And out of it will be the seed of life, and a change will come, so that the earth does not remain empty. And I will strengthen thy seed before me to all eternity, and will scatter those who dwell with thee.
Sorry, it was in the chat. Give me a second. You know you're not panic. Right, there you go.
Over the face of the earth. And it will be blessed and increased over the earth in the name of the Lord. And they will enclose those angels who have showed injustice in that flaming valley, which my grandfather Enoch showed to me before. In the west, in the mountains of gold and of silver, and here's the metals.
Oh, yes.
And of soft metal and of zinc, and I saw that valley, in which there's not all 7 of them, but anyway, in which there was a great shaking and a shaking of the waters. And as this took place, there was produced from that flaming, flowing metal, and out of the shaking that shook them, at that place, an odor of sulfur, and it united with the waters, and that valley of the angels who had led astray burned under that earth. That's
I know where we are.
It's just the book of Revelation all over again.
Yeah, I think it's leading into that, and it's going to start, because the whole book of Enoch was cut, so to speak, from the Bible. So it did make reference.
Other way around, brother. Other way around. The Bible was cut from the book of Enoch.
Okay, well, the main. Right, don't make it freaking awkward. Let me finish my story, you pedantic old man. You.
Sorry.
Right.
I know, I'm a jerk.
You know you're not. Right, now I'm on. Right, okay, shh. Trail of thought. So, the book of Enoch is going to eventually go into the flood story because that's where it fits in the timeline. That's the point I'm trying to say. It will probably fade out, towards the 70s and the end of the 60s. It's going to go into the Noah story with a slight difference, I'm sure, because the Noah story is what's next in the timeline.
Yes.
Regardless of what planet, it's next in the timeline.
Well, in my view of it, that all works very, very well for me as well.
Of course it does. Right. Where were we? We're here.
I don't know.
7. I'm paying more
7.
attention.
And through the valley. Wait, my eyes are messing up.
Are they? No, that's me.
No, it's that was helping. Go back to doing that. I'm kidding. And through the valley of that earth come rivers of fire, where those angels who had led astray those who dwell on the earth are condemned. And those waters will be in those days for the kings and for the powerful and the exalted, and those who dwell on the earth, a medicine of the soul and of the body, but for a judgment of the spirit, because their spirits are full of lust, that they be punished in their bodies. That's very specific. Because they have denied the Lord of spirits, and see their judgments daily, and still believe not in his name. And as the burning of their bodies increases, wow, that's going to suck for them. There will be a change in their spirit to all eternity, for no one will speak a vain word before the Lord of the spirits, for the judgment comes over them, because they believe in the lust of their flesh and deny the Lord of spirits. And those waters themselves in those days suffer a change, for when those angels shall be condemned on those days, the heat of those fountains of the waters changes. And when the angels ascend, the waters of the fountains changes and becomes cold. And I heard the holy Michael answering. That's a new one. We'll start over at 12 when we start again.
Okay. We were only to here, weren't we?
All right.
Oh no, it's
Didn't
7.
get very far. 7.
It was
Yeah, we started
7.
at 7 there. 7 through the beginning of 12. Yes, and through the valley of the rivers come the angels to dwell on the earth of condemned. Yeah, I think this is emotional heating and cooling of the waters. Those who are condemned become cold. I find it very, very interesting that
those
it's only
who are
speaking to
condemned,
destroying.
those who are condemned become cold. Oh, cold. Okay.
Yes.
I'm just going to highlight this just purely for the crack, then. They're very cold when their burning of their body increases.
Well, read the next line.
That's all right. Changing of their spirit to all eternity. Yes, that's basically saying their body
Changing
dies.
of their spirit.
Body dies,
Right.
turn into spirit. Yes, we get. Yeah.
Right.
Burning.
So it's talking about, I think it's just generally talking about destroying the flesh here.
Yes.
Which has been my long-held belief from the Bible, is that when those angels receive their punishment, it only kills their flesh. Although the witnessing of it will change people's spirit, or they'll change their mind about things. And those waters in themselves suffer a change, for when those angels become condemned, there's the heat of the fountains, the waters changes. And when the angels ascend, the water of the fountain changes and becomes cold. There, that's the part.
Yeah, of course it's going to become cold. After you burn everything off the earth, after you fucking heat everything off the earth, after you steal everything off the earth, do you know how cold space is? Going along with your interpretation.
I think that the earth would be overheated for a pretty long time if there was no condensation, no cooling mechanisms, no water.
Space be cold though.
Space is cold, yes, as far as I know. I mean, I've never been there personally, actually.
Although I have heard flat earthers make a joke about how hot the very top of our atmosphere is, because temperature, I think, now I'm going to get this wrong, but temperature is defined as the speed of atoms moving, not actually, their temperature. And when you go up so far, there's so little atoms moving so fast.
They move more freely.
Yeah, they move more freely and get a higher technical temperature, and it's, I've said that wrong, but you understand, it's quite funny. Right, chapter 12.
Hey, wait a minute, I just thought of something.
Really?
If the earth is under a dome and is a disc, if we moved toward the top of the dome and the air gets thinner there, shouldn't it also be true that it's thinnest at the sides of the dome? So shouldn't people getting close to Antarctica like fall out from lack of oxygen?
I'm not sure. I don't understand dropity. Dropity just gets me.
There's so many problems with that theory. I think anyone, if they just triangulated the angle of the sun, I'd like just, make a tripod and take a 4-foot long stick, nice straight like a wooden dowel, a machined dowel, and point that directly at the sun on a day when there's a moon or partial moon where it's visible, and then take the angle of the lit side of the moon and another tripod and another stick and point it at the sun. I think those two sticks are going to be almost immeasurably parallel. They're going to be so close to parallel, and that should show them that the sun is actually really, really, really far away. Like, no kidding. Really far away.
I know, man.
Anyway.
I'm not gonna. You're preaching to the choir here. You literally are preaching.
It should be really easy for people to solve this. I don't know why people think that it's a disc Earth, but
I can't remember the name of the guy that figured it out, but he did something similar with wells. Actually, looking down a well to see how far the light traveled down, and because it was higher up in the. Well, I say higher up. Fuck me, I'm gonna play into their game. But more north in the globe for the second time he did it, it was a slightly different angle. So. Yeah, I'd love to make a sundial. I'd love an actual sundial in the yard, and I think they're very, very good and a beautiful thing. They're an actual.
Yeah, it's art.
Not only art, but from a science and a physics point of view, from my point of view, and how much I love that sort of stuff. It's like if you could build a wee mini Stonehenge in your backyard, and that would also be very cool.
I would.
Right, before I wander off, verse 12 even. Verse
12. 12. And I heard the holy Michael answering and saying, this judgment wherewith the angels are condemned is a testimony for the kings and the powerful and for those who hold to the... Now remember, they were just condemned. Now they're having hope. For these waters of judgment are a healing of the angels and a death to their bodies. See, told you so. And they will not see and will not believe that those waters change and will become a fire which burns to eternity.
Okay, so it basically just said a death to their bodies, and you went, I told you
Right.
so. Well, I can just hang about for 40 years and go, oh, look, death to Richard's body. I was right. Death happens to us
Sure.
all. It doesn't say a death to their bodies, then their spirit lived on. So it doesn't back you up. It just says their bodies died when this shit happened, which I will agree with. If it had said their spirits lived on,
fair enough.
I'd give you credit.
Fair enough, but from everything I can discern everywhere, it's impossible to kill a human spirit.
Yes, but you're implying that into the text. The text says their bodies died. That's it.
Yes, most directly, you're correct. I'm
going to
extrapolating.
hold on. I mute you for your cheekiness. Go on, muted. Okay, I'm only messing. Come on back, Richard. Okay, chapter
Okay.
68.
How many are there? Like 74?
Well, there are little things here, but there is probably an awful lot of waffling at the end.
Let's check. Let's see how far this thing goes.
Okay, right. Hold
So I
on.
thought it was only like 74 or
Well,
something.
do me a favor. Read from 12, and I'll highlight chapter 68 with my wee yellow thing. Just
Okay.
keeping it in tune with what we've been doing so far. So.
Okay. And I heard that. Oh, I already read that part. For these waters, I already read that part. I believe the waters changed. I already read all that. I already read 68.
All right. Well, fuck that shit. Okay. My dog is giving me such the evil eye. I don't know what I've done. Right. Well,
Well, the dog knows you're streaming. That's what
yeah,
you've done.
that's exactly it. Right. This is all waffles.
Pancakes, crepes.
Right, we're gonna make that pink, as the artist in the freaking live chat has confirmed. It's light pink and dark pink, and I'm wrong and possibly colorblind.
Maybe it's just your screen and how you have it adjusted.
And then there's chapter 70. This is more waffle. '72. 72 is quite big.
Oh boy.
And then there's,
Plenty of waffling.
yeah, man, yeah, there's a bit left. We might get, like, we've still another 45 minutes left. Loads left.
We've got so much waffling. We got waffling, crepes, pancakes. We've
Looking
got
for yellow.
Blitz.
You were talking about crepes. It's Pancake Tuesday here last week, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't like pancakes that much. Have I missed?
Have
No,
you ever
there we go.
tried buckwheat pancakes?
Ah, Flow State. Thank you very much for coming.
Oh, look at that. Hello, Flow State.
What were you saying? They left a comment under the whole drama thing, but we're not doing that tonight.
I asked if you'd ever tried buckwheat pancakes.
No, not sure what
Oh,
exactly
this is so much
buckwheat
better.
is.
Like really filling.
You see, I don't like the stodginess of bread, man. When I go to the shop to buy bread, I don't buy the normal bread that you buy in the shop. I go to the bakery and I buy what they call cornbread. It's yellow. Now, it's
Okay.
like a slice, it's a sliced loaf, but it's slightly yellow. It has basically no preservative. It's what they used to eat in the olden days, and it's very light. It's nice. I prefer that.
I'm gonna send you some buckwheat pancake mix sometime.
Yeah, I was gonna say, thank fuck you said mix at the end. They'd probably be rotten by the time they get here.
I think it's a United States thing though. I've never heard of it anywhere else.
Can anybody in the chat that has a wee spare screen, because I don't have one at the minute, see how many chapters is in the Book of Enoch, and we'll go on with chapter 68 and stop talking about bloody peanuts. Pancakes.
Pancakes, yeah. Let's see. Okay. And after that, my grandfather Enoch gave me the signs of all the secrets in a book, and the parables which had been given to him. And he compiled them for me in the words of the book of the parables. And on that day the holy Michael answered, saying to Raphael, the power of the Spirit forces me and angers me, and on account of the severity of the judgment of the secrets, the judgment over the angels, who can endure the severity of the judgment which is past and remains, and before which they melt away? And the holy Michael answered again and said to Raphael, who is he whose heart is not softened concerning it, and whose reins are not shaken by this word. A judgment has come over from those whom they have thus led out. Man, that's hard to say. And it came to pass, as he stood before the Lord of spirits, the holy Michael spoke to Raphael, and I will not be for them under the eye of the Lord, for the Lord of the spirits is angered at them, because they act as if they were like gods. Therefore, judgment which is hidden comes over them to all eternity. Therefore, neither angel nor man will receive his portion, but they alone will receive their judgment to all eternity. So we're still going on about the punishment of the fallen.
Right, there's 108 chapters in this version we're reading.
Ouch. Okay, never mind. Never mind wrapping it up today, guys. Sorry.
I sent Gio. The reason I'm saying thank you specifically to Gio is he wanted a PDF. If anybody wants a PDF, hit me up on Discord. It's tiny. I'll give you a PDF of this exact version that we're reading, and if you want, you can go through the scholarly point of view and read back or whatever. Just hit me up on Discord or let me know in an email and I'll send it to you. It's fucking tiny. It's just words on a page. It's tiny.
Yeah, it's really small file. If you don't want to trouble MathPig to do that, there are free PDFs available that are transliterations from Oxford University Press. You just have to type in Oxford University Press Enoch. You can download a free PDF.
Gio did try. That's why he came back to me. He tried to find the exact version that we're reading, and it was difficult for him to find. The one that you're talking about is a different version. It might be because Gio's old as well. He's one of these old people who can't work computers. He can paint stuff, but you know. Love you, Gio.
Like
Love you, Gio.
I can sympathize.
Yeah, that was a dig at Richard more so than a dig at you.
Yeah, true story.
Right, chapter 68 you just read, and you're it down to hopefully chapter 69. I was in the chat looking at the amount of chapters, so I missed a
Yes, we would be starting at 69 at this point.
Yeah, that's good. That's exactly where I was, because I was completely paying attention.
Oh, yes. Oh, absolutely. And after this judgment, they will terrify and anger them, because they have showed this to those who dwell on the earth. And behold, the names of those angels. And these are the names. The first of them, Samyaza. The second, oh my goodness, how do you pronounce that? Aristakifa. The third, Armin. The fourth, Kakabael. Kakabael.
Man, I'm just pointing out, right?
Kakabael.
Neo, or not Neo, fucking Neo. Nerdy is recording all this, and you've said 69, and now you're making funny noises, and yeah, expect a 10-hour loop tomorrow of you.
Yes, that'd be fine. I kind of had that thought cross my mind actually. The fifth Churel, the sixth Rumiel, the seventh Daniel, the eighth Nuquel, the ninth Barakel, the 10th Azazel, the 11th Armers. What? That one sounds like a normal English word. The 12th Batarial, the 13th Basasiel. My goodness.
I'm so
the
glad
14th,
you're doing this.
Ananiel. The 15th Turial.
How many is it? There's over 50.
There's a bunch.
Right, there's a fuckload of them, okay? And these are
They're
gone. They're gone.
Simapiciel.
They're gone.
Wow. The 17th Jetharel. The 18th Tumael. The 19th Tarel. The 20th, you notice all these end in L. There's a reason for that. Tumael. The 21st Ezeziel. Wow. And these are the heads of the angels. What's that?
Just make it freaking easy, man. You're trying to be precise. It's Nuquel as the 8th. The number 9th is Baraquel. The 10th is Azazel. The 11th is Amors. The 12th is Batrial. Make it easy for yourself. Don't throw the wee thing on the top of it. Just make it easy. Like the last one, the 21st, Azazel. Make it easy. We all know what you're reading.
You say so. Okay, you're reading the rest of this. And these are the heads of the angels and the names of their chiefs, over 100, and the chiefs over 50, and the chiefs over 10. The name of the first... Oh my goodness, you're kidding me.
Okay, where are you?
All right, we're not reading this. I'm really serious. We're not reading this.
I was saying hello to Maya. Right, where's the first? The name of the first is Jacquin. Just say Jacquin.
I thought you did really well. You can keep going.
Jacquin, he is the one who has led astray all of the children of the holy angels, and has led them down on the earth, and has led them astray through the daughters of men. And the second is called Asbel. He is the one who taught the children of the holy angels the wicked device. It's probably a dildo. And has led them astray to destroy their bodies, and the daughters of men. And the third is called Gadriel. He is the one who taught the children of men all of the blows of death, and led astray Eve. Oh, there you go. There's the serpent's name there. I need to highlight that. And showed to the children of men the instruments of death, the coat of mail, and the shield of the sword for battle, and all of the instruments of the death to the sons of men. And from his hand they have come over those who dwell on the earth, and from time to eternity. There you go. There's loads for me. See how easy it is?
Yeah, that sounded great.
Yeah, just ignore their wee hats. See the wee hats? Just ignore their hats.
Yeah, just ignore the hats. Yeah, I think although this is probably definitionally correct and all that stuff, I don't think it's actually all that pertinent to the story, to be honest.
Most of the time, the reason I mainly don't read is because I generally have to read things twice. Whenever you're reading, I'm getting to read it a wee bit faster than you, and then I go.
That's why I'm reading for everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why you're reading. It's just the way I am, the way my brain works. So pretty much, I don't remember
Me
any
too.
of that until I remember again and read it again.
No, I'm actually much the same way. Yeah, I don't see the point in going over. Oh, this angel gave them paper and ink.
Yeah, this is the guys who are ruining shit. That's just a list. It's like the baguettes. Right, there's the more of the purpose. They had the friendly pen and the ink. Ah, no, we didn't get to the pen and ink. Where was the pen and ink?
I read ahead.
When? Today? Now?
Just now, as we were.
Oh, okay.
It was sitting there right under the last thing we read.
Okay, I ask you every week, are you reading ahead? And you said no.
Birth in the womb.
Or is it ahead of the oath?
Yeah, I'm scanning ahead trying to find something that I think is going to be pertinent to the story. It's not just what angels taught what people what things. But I'm still seeing just angels teaching people stuff and messed up because of it.
I could read this out loud, but the reading fast. Right, and I'm going to go no further. We're going to go to 25. Right, there's an oath. Okay, they've got Thanksgiving and belief in their ender. We skipped a good bit there, man, and it's not just going to be us reading it to ourselves. It's a fucking useless show. Look at the numbers drop. Everybody's leaving. Right. And verse 25. And over them this oath is strong, and they preserved by it. And their paths are preserved, and the courses are not destroyed. And there is great joy among them, and they blessed and honoured and exalted, because the name of the Son of Man has been revealed upon to them. And he sat upon the throne of his glory, and the sum of his judgment, and his power in the kingdom, and forever and ever, was given to him, the Son of Man, and he causes to disappear, to be destroyed, the sinners from the face of the earth, and also those who have led astray the earth. They shall be bound with chains, and shall be imprisoned in the assembling place of destruction, and their work shall disappear from the face of the earth. And from that time on there will be nothing, and they will be destroyed. For he, the Son of Man, has appeared, and sits on the throne of his glory, and all wickedness will disappear before his face and depart. But the word of that Son of Man will be strong before the Lord of the spirits. This is the third parable of Enoch.
Awesome. You have such a better voice than I have.
That's bollocks.
Moving down then. I think all that's like super clear what they're trying to say. Does any of that sound kind of weird to anybody?
It just sounds like this guy's going to sit here and watch the whole thing fucking burn and feel good about himself.
Right.
I don't know. That's my opinion. Right. All right. And skipping.
Well, I mean, that is the situation. Who for those who will not accept the new understanding when the new understanding comes. That's going to be their situation. They're going to reject it.
Yeah, and he's just sitting there in his throne watching it all.
Well, we do get to read this. There is some warning.
Okay, maybe putting a nuclear sign in the front or making it, I was going to say making it mandatory reading, but that's fucking, we're not gonna... No, go on ahead before I dig myself a hole. Take the shovel off me and go on ahead.
And if we can get rid of that drop-down list, that'll help in a minute. And it came to pass after this that the...
Sorry, go ahead.
And it came to pass after that. His name was elevated during his lifetime to that Son of Man. His name is elevated during his lifetime to that Son of Man, to the Lord of Spirits, away from those who dwell on the earth. And it was elevated on the wagons of the spirits, and the name departed in their midst. And from that day I was not drawn in their midst. And he set me between two winds, between the north and the west, there where the angels took the cords to measure for me the place for the chosen and for the just. And there I saw the first fathers and the just, who dwell in this place from the beginning.
Okay, so he's been taken up to the spaceship and he's getting to see all the people from the Earths that came before him. Am I right?
Right.
Yep.
Because he measured properly.
Oh, yeah, he got that rope measured. By the way,
Got
just
that
as
rope measure, he's good.
a wee shout out to Flow State, wickedness. Go on. They asked me to say it again.
Yeah, cool.
All right. Chapter 71. Go on ahead there, Richard.
71. And it came to pass, after that my spirit was hidden, and it ascended into the heavens. There I saw the son of the angels stepping on a flame of fire. Their clothes were white, and also their garments. And the light of their faces was like crystal. And I saw two rivers of fire, and the light of that fire flamed like hyacinth. And I fell on my face before the Lord of the spirits. And Michael, an angel from among the chiefs of the angels, took me by my right hand, and lifted me up, and led me out to all the secrets of mercy and to the secrets of justice. And he showed me all the secrets of the end of the heaven, and all the repositories of the stars and the luminaries, and whence they proceed under the presence of the holy ones.
Right, just stop there.
Spirit...
Just stop there. So that specifically bit there is talking about Noah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're not... Oh my goodness. Way was cool back in the 90s, man. No.
It's still hip to me.
Okay, oh my goodness, you said hip. Right, moving on. Dude.
Way is still catchy. It can still be used. It's still in the lexicon.
Okay, young people in the crowd. Was Richard cool when he said way?
Sure.
Okay, let's move on.
Oh well.
We're here. Stop
dodging. Can't be good at everything.
We're here. Okay.
Yep. And the Spirit moved Enoch into the heaven of heavens. And I saw there in the midst of the light how there was something which was built of crystal stone, and between these stones tongues of living fire. And my spirit saw how a fire surrounded the house. On the four sides rivers full of living fire, and how they surrounded this house. And about were seraphim and cherubim and ophim. Wow, I think I've never seen that.
I always find it funny the way you say cherubim. It's cherubim. There's no E in the middle there. That's me just being pedantic, but it is.
How do I say it?
Cherubim. Say it again.
Cherubim. What's wrong with cherubim?
Cherubim. Where's the E in the middle?
Okay. I'll try to work on that.
Oh no, that's fine. I'm just being an asshole.
These are they who do not sleep, but guard the throne of his glory. And I saw angels who could not be numbered, 1,000 times 1,000, and 10,000 times 10,000, surrounded that house. And Michael and Raphael, Gabriel and Phanuel, and the holy angels who are on the high heavens enter and leave that house. And Michael and Gabriel, Raphael and Phanuel, and many holy angels without number came out of that house.
Without number? He just put about 50 freaking numbers on us, right? Go on.
And with them the head of days, his head white and clean as wool, and his garments beyond description. And I fell on my face, and all my flesh melted, and my spirit was changed. And I cried with a loud voice, with the spirit of power, and I blessed and honored the exalted. And these blessings which proceeded from my mouth were pleasing before that head of days. I'm going to stop right there at 13. Okay.
Right.
Before we move on too far.
You give me your interpretation.
I think this is heaven's arrival, and he's talking about the change of a person's attitude.
I don't.
And it's brought on by the great angels mentioned here and elsewhere. And that the 10,000 times 10,000 and thousands of thousands times thousands of thousands is all talking about the angels around God's throne, and that God's throne is this house which has two rivers
of
full of living fire, one on each side. What's that?
Yes, he is surrounded by rivers of fire. When I heard this story, right, whenever you just told it to me there now, what was going through my mind, again, with the being brought up the way that I am and all these influences and the Christian dogmatic, as you put it. But house surrounded by fire. The entire way through this, you've been taking this as far as the earth destroyed, as in hell. That is the reference you've been making. Up until this point, and without any reference, but you've just changed, right?
Yes.
Right? Well, I'm
not
still...
without reference.
Okay, well, I'm still taking it as hell, and I'm seeing this new guy, this new head of days, walking out of a house that is being...
But this is talking about God's house. Why would God's house be surrounded by hell? That doesn't make any sense.
Where does it say God's house?
Well, it says, the Ancient of Days, the oldest, the white wool hair and all that stuff.
Yeah, a really nice person walked out of this house. It doesn't say that he owned this house, and it doesn't say that this house is in heaven.
It also says all the angels dressed in white come out of this same house.
The reason I am making this statement is that they say, and I've heard, and I'm not going to be able to find the exact quote or the Bible or the book or whatever the fuck it is, that Jesus goes to goes to hell first before he goes to heaven.
Right.
And
that is, he visits the dead for 3.5 days, apparently.
Well, that's how my mind went down this, is he's in hell.
Fair enough.
Guarded by people, and these holy angels went and got him. Brought him out, then this shit's happening. That's the interpretation I'm getting from this. Probably a combination of you and how I've been brought up. Right, go on ahead. No.
And 13. And that head of days came with Michael and Gabriel, Raphael, and Phanuel.
Yeah, just to say, just to point out, and that head of days. Not the head of days, not the Lord of Spirits, that head of days. Specifically pointing out to me that it's someone different from God.
Yeah. Well, I hold still that God is a collective of past Christs.
Right, but that's just making a point that regardless of what it is and how you reference it, the fact that it says, and that head of days, in context, the fact that it's that, means that this is a different one from the one that is being referred to the entire way through the story, making a difference.
Absolutely. It's making a distinction, saying a particular one.
Yeah, one is the Lord of all and the other is a head of state.
That's what it looks like.
Thank you.
You could say it that way, I think.
Okay.
And that head of days with Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Phanuel, and with thousands, and with 10,000 times 1,000 angels without number. So a bunch. And that angel came to me and greeted me with his voice and said to me, Thou art a son of man, who was born to justice, and justice dwells over thee. And the justice of the head of days will not depart from thee. And he said to me, He calls his peace unto thee in the name of the world which is to come. For thence peace proceeds since the creation of the world. And thus it will be to thee to all eternity, and from eternity to eternity. And all who will continue to walk in the path, thou whom justice does not leave in eternity, will their dwelling places will be with thee, and they will not be separated from thee in eternity, from eternity to eternity. And so long life will be with that Son of Man, and peace will be to the just, and his right path to the just, in the name of the Lord of Spirits, to all eternity.
Right.
And that sentence structure.
Okay, and that head of days,
yes,
and then made a reference to it being an angel.
Let's see. In that head of days came with Michael, Gabriel, thousands, 10 times, and that angel came to me and greeted. Yes,
Right.
you're right.
So the head of
Absolutely.
the head of state is an angel. He's not a Jesus. Angels
you're
are
gonna have to
different.
define what you mean, what you think angel means versus what I think angel means.
No, I'm going with you're like angels are 8 foot tall, man. You've said this. Jesus is a job that someone from this earth takes. So someone from
Each earth takes.
yes, someone from each earth takes. But the Jesus of this earth will be a human. He won't be an angel.
Until what point?
Well, right now you're conflicting things because when the body gets lost, no. When the body gets lost, you become a spirit. So then that spirit
I don't
becomes.
know why you keep saying the body gets lost.
Well, to continue on afterwards,
It talks about perfecting this vessel we already have for those who live into end times and are elevated, which means they would go flesh and all. It's
So is God an
only
angel?
doctrine.
Is God an angel?
Of course. It's only doctrine that says you have to die to go to heaven. Although it's true of those who've died of the past, that's fine. It's not talking about those who have not died of the past, and I'll give you an example.
No, I'm not. No, you're going down the wrong route. You're not understanding me. What I'm saying is,
maybe I'm not.
If Jesus is a human, for him to become for now, if Jesus is to become an angel, he has to go through a transformation. You have already
Like
said
everyone else.
yes. Now you keep interrupting me. I'm gonna frickin' mute you, Darth. Whenever his body gets destroyed, he will become a spirit. That is what you have said.
Why are you saying body destroyed? You mean the crucifixion? He gets fixed.
So, and I'm making reference to all human. You say that there is the human body, and then there is the spirit that you cannot destroy.
Right.
Right. So what, does he just suddenly, whenever he gets elevated, grow fucking 2.5 foot? Or does he become a spirit and then become an angel? Or...
I think the flesh perfected would start into a new growth cycle and become angelic. Now that might take 5 to 7 years, I don't know. But it won't take 40 days, it'll take longer than that.
Right, so he will go through a physical growth thing that is going to go on and genetically change from a 6.5 foot man or whatever he is in original height to close to 8 foot and look like an angel.
Yeah, apparently. That's what everybody does.
No, should we all become angels?
Of course.
No, not of course. I'm asking. It's not obvious.
Oh, okay. Well, I think that's in keeping with the whole text. That angels go through the great day of tribulation, or what some call end times. And that all of the angels in heaven have gone through end times. Which means they were people on an earth. Just like you, just like anybody, just like
right.
me.
No, that's fine. You're making that, you're making that as a point now. You haven't made that as a point before. There was never a connection that humans all become angels. There was a connection that humans all die, their spirit can't be destroyed, they go to heaven and they live for whatever, and you're looking for a 1,000-year-old woman and that whole story, but you never said that we become angels.
I don't know how you and I didn't have that, but I'm glad we're saying it now.
No, that makes a big difference now. That's just lining everything up.
In the series with this one guy in the book of Revelation, it was more than pronounced and obvious and unavoidable.
In saying that, man, you had it on a Sunday and I watched for 20 minutes and then I bopped over to Biblical History Skeptics. I did tell you that.
Okay, so whose fault was it now? Who didn't say it? Who didn't hear it?
Oh, it's my fault for not watching your videos. Okay.
There you go.
All right.
There you go.
Here, at least I'm honest. Anyway, right. It's clear. It's now clear that humans then...
But Biblical History Skeptics is a good show. No doubt.
Yeah, Brian's fantastic. And he has sexy hair. He's such a lovely hairdo.
Yeah.
Right.
He does. He has very nice hair.
Okay, so angels all used to be humans, and the movie... What was it, that movie with... where he... I'm really not giving any help whatsoever, although I'm hoping that fucking Bill Ashby will know me. Nicolas Cage is an angel and falls off a big building to fall in love with a woman. And they're stating that angels are different than humans. So that movie was wrong.
Well, I don't think movies...
City of Angels! City of Angels!
Correct.
City of Angels. There you are. It came to me. It just takes a wee while. That's the weed. City of Angels.
I'm not sure Hollywood's, interested in being biblically accurate.
I was making a joke and forgot the name of the movie, and then the joke is my stupidity. So let's just move on.
Moving on, then. None of that happened. No one noticed.
I think we did get to the pink bit, didn't we?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Right.
To all eternity, yeah.
Well, I'll read this one, seeing as a wee short page.
Oh, good.
Chapter 72. The book of the courses of the luminaries of heaven, how it is with each one, as of them, as to their classes, their governments, and their times, as to their names and origins, as to their months, which their leader Uriel, a holy angel who was with me, showed to me, and their whole description, as it is he showed to me, and how it is with respect to all of the years of the world of the eternity, till a new creation is made, which will continue to eternity. Is that
How you like them apples?
They're going to go make another new earth?
That's right. That's what I see. And this is the first law of luminaries. The luminary sun has its ascent in the portals of the heavens, which are towards the east, and his descent in the western portals of heaven. And I saw 6 portals, out of which the sun ascends, and 6 portals into which the sun descends. I guess those are months. The moon also rises and sets in these portals. And the leaders of the stars and those led by them, 6 in the east and 6 in the west, and all, each after the other. Aright? What kind of a word is aright? Also many windows to the right and to the left of these portals. And first comes forth the great luminary called the sun, and his circuit is like the circuit of the heavens, and he is entirely filled with flaming and heating fire. Yeah. The wagons on which he ascends are driven by the wind, and the sun descending disappears from the heavens and returns to the north in order to reach the east, and is led that he comes to the portal and shines on the surface of the heaven. Wow. And thus he comes forth, portal 30 mornings.
Here.
Out of that, and there was 2 words forth right there. It killed me. And thus he comes forth in the first one, in the great portal, and he comes from the fourth of the 6 portals towards the east.
I've lost.
No one can make heads or tails of this.
I'm fucking lost.
And in that 4th portal from the sun, which comes forth first, you never know what's going to happen. There are 12 window openings from which the heavens come out of the 4th portal 30 mornings and descends directly into the 4th western portal. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I think this is just positions of the sun rising and sun setting as the year goes by.
You sure?
Holy
I was
cow.
Hyperdrive. No.
Woo! Ah. Boy, if that won't fry your brain.
Does a bit much, like. I completely lost you. I looked away and looked back, and I don't know what isn't it scriptural errors. Lost my place altogether. Too many portals. What I usually do when I lose my place in a sentence, or I lose my place when you're talking, is I scan for a word that you've just said. You said portal like 30 times. Fuck that.
I know.
Oh.
It might be interesting. I don't know. I know that the lowest point of the sun in the year is the 21st through the 24th and rises again on the 25th, which is why Christmas is there.
All right, yes.
But I don't know how many different positions the sun has. I guess it's a position per day.
It could have 300.
Except for those 3 days.
It could have 365 positions. It could have 830 positions. You could double it. You could split it whatever way you want.
How can you double it? You can't have 2 sunrises a day.
No, but you could have positions
from any given position.
No, but you could have sunrise and you could have 12 o'clock and sunset.
I guess if you want to split it up that way.
I'm just saying the point I'm trying to make is you could have as many positions as you want depending on how you split it. It's totally irrelevant.
But I think that's what this is talking about: is sunrises and the moon through the sky.
I don't know. I lost position when you just started saying portal. 30 portals.
It's mostly just portal.
Yeah, I know. I lost it. I don't even know where we are. Are we here? Yes, I know. In those days, the day is daily lengthened.
What's 5 times 30 is 150. I'm not going to do the math right now. I'm bad at math anyway. I shouldn't even try.
Did you remember to carry the 3?
I did carry the 3.
Mama Atheist, thank you very much for turning up. If anyone doesn't know Mama Atheist, wee small challenge starting now. Give her a sub. She'll be here on the 31st of the month. We're going to talk about it and get to know her a wee bit better, and looking forward to it. So,
right on. Oh, she's going to do an interview conversation with you?
Yeah, one of them things that I do that I haven't thought of a name yet. That every time I call chat and then change afterwards. So, yeah, just as we're on that topic, things that I can, like, Richard has his show, Meat at Eden. I own a pigsty. We can't roll about in the mud. I was thinking something about
Why
that.
not?
I was thinking rolling in the mud, you know, but Dave would make too many sexual innuendos.
Rooting for truffles.
See, again, Dave would make too many sexual innuendos.
How about finding truffles?
I don't know. Put the idea out there. All right, leave it in the comments. Also, I want to do a poll. We're going to do a Twitter poll. Richard will probably be a week late, but we're going to do a Twitter poll of what we do next. What book will we do next? I've only been suggested the Epic of Gilgamesh, and it's probably a hell of a lot longer than this. So, you know.
Actually, from what I can gather from watching Digital Hammurabi, the Epic of Gilgamesh in the actual tablets is not all that long. But what we consider to be the longer version is a collection of all the tales put together.
Yes, I don't want to read all the tales, you know, so...
So we'll just do what's on the tablets.
Yeah, well, I want to make it and open it up. So we've had the Epic of Gilgamesh as one choice. I'd like two more, and then the fourth choice will just be whatever the fuck. So if we could have two more ideas of what we are going to read next. If anybody suggests the Gospels, I'm going to shoot you. And he's already
that's not what this show. Yeah.
And he's already done Genesis, and he's already doing Revelations with this one guy. So that's no good to us. So if we can think of some other book, and preferably from Richard's point of view, the more away from the Bible, the better.
The better.
All right. So if you've got an Aboriginal story written down, Sammy, cough, cough, atheist pastor, cough, cough, any other Australians out there, cough, cough. Find an old Aboriginal story. The older the better, and the earliest translation that you can get. Send it to us, give us a suggestion, because Richard is adamant that his story matches across all old, like ancient religions. So the older we can find and the more further away from Christianity, the better.
Right on.
So you can think of that, and Richard will go on from number 9. Get off the flippin' seat!
I wasn't on the sink.
Seat.
I wasn't on the seat. I was standing up.
He's just giving me a dirty look. He did a circle and then lay down on top of 2 cushions. He just fucked me off. Pat, get off the seat. Come on.
Well, at least we know you're not mean to the dog. It won't listen.
No, he's an asshole. He's just. But then again, every dog becomes their owner. So what does that say?
Yeah. well, you know.
We've got a rainbow serpent in the chat. I don't know if that's a book or atheist pastor is making a sexual reference towards Dave. So we will go back to the story.
according to Sammy Jenkins, the rainbow serpent was one story out of the Aboriginal Australian Dreamtime.
Right. That's Sammy will send it to me in a DM because I'll remember.
Yeah, he just read that to me a few weeks ago, or maybe a couple months ago, or something like that. I don't remember how long ago.
No, I'd like something that Richard hasn't read before. I would like something that Richard has not read before because he can infer things. I'd like it to be completely blank, something that we've neither of us have read before.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Okay. Back to chapter 9. Is that where we were?
Maybe something from some Pacific island or something. I don't know anything about any religion from any Pacific island.
That sounds like a plant. He secretly knows.
No, I'm serious. I haven't. I know absolutely nothing about those. I also know nothing about, like, I've heard of Tibet. But before they adopted Buddhism, there must have been something they had before that, right?
I don't know. That's what we have an audience for. They do all the hard work.
Okay.
We're just here to entertain. They do all the hard work.
Right on.
Okay, right.
Where are we at here?
I think chapter 9 was just read. I've lost my mouse. Where is it? There's it there.
Portal.
Yeah, portal. And in those days, the day
portal.
is lengthened. And the
Yeah.
nights nightly shortened to the 13th morning. So on the 13th of the month. Okay, chapter 10.
Okay. As to the nights shortened, if we were in a binary solar system at a 66-degree angle, our night would be shortened. Just saying. And in that day, the day is 2 parts longer than the night. Oh, there you go. More daylight. And the day is exactly 10 parts, and the night 8 parts. And the sun comes forth from this 4th portal and sets in the 4th and returns to the 5th portal of the east 30 mornings. Oh, that makes sense to me.
Yep.
Considering we're at 1/12 the speed of Jupiter. And comes forth from it and descends into the 5th portal. And from then on the day is lengthened 2 parts, and the day is 11 parts, and the night is shortened and is 7 parts. Yeah, we're coming to directly... Are we going to come into full daylight in this series?
Did you know of full daylight?
Well, if we're in a binary solar system, the Earth between lit Jupiter and the Sun, it comes into full daylight, and it looks like it's leading to this. And the sun's to the east in the 6th portal and comes to 4th sided and drop down list. Portal, 31 mornings.
Read
on
it
account
properly.
of
I
the
know you're
sign.
excited. I know you're like a wee kid. You've even moved forward in your seat. Your face is now taking up half of your screen. You're all super
Yeah, but
excited.
I can see better.
Okay, well that's all right. You're on the edge of your seat, excitable here. Calm down and let the people hear it.
Okay. I'll try to read properly. And the sun returns to the east and goes to the 6th portal and comes forth and descends into the 6th portal 31 mornings on account of its sign. And on that day, the day is longer than the night, and the day will be double the night. And the day is 12 parts, and the night is shorter and is 6 parts. And the sun is raised so that the day is shortened and the night is lengthened. And the sun returns to the east and enters the 6th portal and rises from it and sets 30 mornings. And when the 30 mornings are completed, the day diminishes by exactly 1 part. And the day is 11 parts, and the night 7 parts. And the sun comes forth from the 6th portal in the west, and goes to the east, and rises in the 4th portal 30 mornings. And sets in the west again in the 5th portal. On that day, the day diminishes 2 parts.
Right.
Oh, this is just
blah,
seasons.
blah.
It's not going to go all the way down to no darkness. It's not going to go all the way down to it, is it? Okay.
And on that day,
I was excited about nothing.
On that day, the night will be so long that it will be the double of the day, right? The night is 12 parts, 6 parts. We're getting down. Length of the day, the night, shortest day, the night. We're just freaking getting down. And thus he is saying, okay, we went too far. And the length of the day and the night, start about here. Okay, we'll start here.
Okay. And on that day, the night is shortened and is 9 parts, and the day is 9 parts, and the night is equal with the day, and the year has exactly 364 days.
And a quarter.
And a quarter, 0.013888. And the length of the day and of the night, and the shortness of the day and of the night, by the course of the sun, they are made separated. On that account, the day course becomes longer daily, and the night course shorter nightly.
Yeah, seasons.
This is the law.
Fuck me, seasons. That's all it's talking about.
It's seasons. Yeah.
Right, hold on.
Oh gosh. And that should all be read because it's not getting read.
What? This is the synopsis thing, scholarly waffle that you want to ignore.
Waffle. I'm always waffling.
I do love that tune. That is a guilty pleasure. One of my worst guilty... do you want to know my worst guilty pleasure, right? I love Metallica, right? I'm a big Metallica head. Iron Maiden. You know, hell, man. I even listen to frickin' Slipknot and sometimes Cradle of Filth and all that there. Do you want to know my worst guilty pleasure that I cannot help but sing along? Backstreet Boys are back.
You're kidding me.
I am not kidding you, man. That video where they dress up like the Halloween outfits and all.
Streets back. All right.
All right, yeah.
That's a terrible song.
Absolutely woeful, but I cannot help sing it and dance in
Terrible.
the car and everything. It's fucking...
Wait a minute. What about Pissing the Night Away?
I know of
Whatever
that
the
song.
name of that song is.
Yeah.
Chumbawamba.
Yeah, I know of that song. It's on the...
See, that's a much better song to get stuck on.
Yeah, but that's maybe your song. That's a really bad song that you like. You know, I like lots of good stuff, but yeah...
It's a great bad song. I love that bad song.
I looked at the chat and Amiga Nuts is deleting messages. I don't know what they're saying. Chapter 73. Maybe they admitted...
Man, 73.
Yeah, maybe they admitted the Backstreet Boys is back as well, and then they deleted it because they didn't want everyone to know in the future.
Yeah, you don't want everybody to know that one.
I can't do that now. It's on the video.
And after this law, I saw another law with reference to the smaller luminary whose name is Moon.
Are you alright? Did you have a stroke?
And his circuit is like the circuit of the heavens. And her chariot in which she rides is driven by the wind. And in a measure light is given to her. Every month her ascent and her descent is changed. Her days are like the days of the sun. And when her light is equal, her light is the 7th part of the light of the sun. Is that factually true?
Is it talking about the moon again? It's just now talking about the moon seasons.
Yes. Moon seasons.
Right, dead on. 6 days, 6 portal. More portals! Fucking first portal. Portals. It's not a
Lots of portals.
Not a bad game. Right, chapter 75. Portal. And look, it'll rise and set.
Hey, look, something about some Bible-y stuff now.
No, it'll rise and set in 30 days. All that bollocks to just say it'll rise and set in 30 days. Yeah, it has a 28-day period for the moon. Okay.
Yep. And the leaders of the heads of the 10,000s, who are over all creation and over all the stars, are also with the 4... What is that? Intercalary days.
Yep.
Intercalary days.
Intercalary days, which
I think I've never heard this word in my life. Which cannot be separated from their places, according to the whole reckoning of the year. And these serve the 4 days which are not counted in the reckoning of the years. Oh, well, that's interesting.
Would it be north, south, east, west, maybe? I don't know.
I have to read that again sometime. And on their account, men make a mistake in them. Oh, for these luminaries serve in reality on the stations of the world. One in the first portal, one in the third portal, one in the fourth portal, one in the sixth portal. And the harmony of the course of the world is brought about by its separate 364 stations. For the sign and the times and the years and the days, these the angel Uriel showed to me. He whom the eternal Lord of glory had placed over all the luminaries of the heaven and the heavens of the world, that they should rule on the surface of the heavens and be seen on the earth, and be leaders for the day and for the night. Viz?
Yeah, great comic.
Viz.
Yeah, great comic.
What the heck is a Viz? The sun and the moon and the stars and all the serving creatures who keep...
This is just fucking waffling on about shite that's happening in the sky. Sun moves, yes. We have days, yes. Moon has periods, yes. Up, down, left, right, that only works on the earth, yes. 12 openings. Oh, look, there's months now.
Now I'm starting to understand why I didn't read all this before when I read it.
12 doors I saw in the heavens, ends of the earth. Yes. One window in its time produces alright, summer, winter, chariots of heaven, more waffling.
And then waffling.
Yeah, look, days of the moon begins in the evening. I think we're getting it. Fourth portal, new moon. Yes, we got all that. We don't
Whose idea was it to read this book anyway?
Yours.
Oh.
Oh God, I forgot. Oh God, I just blasphemed. Send me to hell. Right, I forgot to highlight all this. Yes, that's exactly what this music is. Clowns in a car. Come on, stupid mouse. Okay. 76. Suppose you want me to read a wee bit.
You could. I'm trying to read ahead to see if this is more of the same waffling or if it actually has something.
And on the ends of the earth I saw for all of the winds 12 portals opened, for which the winds came and blew over the earth. Fuck me. 3 of them are open to the face. Yeah. First wind of these portals, eastern, comes from the first portal east and clings. We've now got directions. 4 3 winds and grasshoppers. There's grasshoppers.
That's different.
Yeah, so do you want to start somewhere about here? We'll start here.
Well, if there's grasshoppers in it...
there's dryness.
It's talking about springtime. Yeah, it's just talking about seasons.
Yeah.
It's just all about seasons.
First wind in the east. There you go. We've got some funny names for you to fuck up on. Chapter 78. Go on ahead there, Richard.
I don't want to read the funny names. I sound stupid reading the funny names. I can't pronounce them.
Ojeres, Thomas... Easy. Ashana. That's actually Sonia. So it's Asanya. That one you could make a joke out of that.
Ebola.
You could call it Ebola.
Ebola.
The next one you could call Benassi or Benny Benassi. The next one's Era. It's simple. Just make it simple.
Yeah, good job. These are the 2 large luminaries. Their circuit is like the circuit of heaven, and the size both are equal. And in the circuit of the sun...
One second. Chapter 7.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
Chapter 78 is massive, right? And we have done our hour and a half. So I think we should limit it here.
Wait. Go back down. Yeah, go ahead and mark it. But go back down. Look at how repetitive it is. Look, wait. I see a pattern. 12 parts to the decrease, 11 parts to the fifth, decrease to 10 parts, and the sixth decrease to 9 parts.
Parts.
Wow.
Decreases. Parts. It literally is even... The length of the sentences is exactly the same to the size of the page to make it completely actually
line up.
Yeah, it's very repetitive.
Yeah, it's about a 20-degree angle right there.
Yeah, so
wow. Okie dokie.
I call it more of a 70-degree angle. Boom, boom.
You could look at it that way, but I was doing it as a decline.
I'm just saying that we have different
points of view.
Because
I'm English and I started in the upper left.
We have points of view that differ to see the same things, Richard. I think that's relative to the whole fucking book.
It's quite okay.
Thank you very much for Bill pointing out the time, because I literally was losing track of the time there. It was good fun. Let me see if I can do this live production without messing it up.
Hey, it's been a while since we asked everybody for input at the end of the show. We should do that again.
Oh yeah. No, I'm definitely going to do that. Just stop distracting me for a minute. I get this right.
Stop paying attention to me till you're ready.
There we go. I can't help it when someone talks to me. I must talk back. Plus, you look a little.
Way to blame MathPig.
Yeah, it's now scrolling across the top of the screen, as is all our details. So. Yeah, Richard, you also look a little bit thinner here. I did have to stretch the screen to make it fit the other one, which is you should do the mainstream like that. You'd look the same as what you just sit at now. Do you want to give a wee quick shout out, Richard, for all the people who don't know what is going on in the video behind you for the newcomers tonight, just as a reference point?
Yeah, I've started a new playlist on my channel calling Draw Your Bible, and what it is things that can be represented 2-dimensionally on a sheet of paper out of the text. So I'm starting a whole series. So far I have done, which is behind me right now, chapter 21 of the book of Revelation, which is a calendar, but it doesn't tell you what year the calendar starts. So it has specific dates on it, but you don't know when to start, which is kind of cool. And then there's chapter 4 of the book of Revelation, which is the throne room of heaven, or the arrival of heaven, and I did a drawing of that. And right now I'm working on a kind of a special one, a more difficult one, that is the story of Exodus, the part where the slaves actually leave out of limitation.
Can you explain what you mean?
Working on that one right now.
Explain what you mean by limitation.
The word Egypt is not Egypt. The word Egypt actually in the Hebrew means limit.
Right. On that, all going well, it has yet to be confirmed. I should really fucking send a Twitter and confirm that. Digital Hammurabi will be here on Sunday. So I will ask them.
Gotta catch that, man.
I will definitely ask them if Egypt means limit.
Yeah, he'll say yes.
I love
That's what it means.
I love the way you assert with confidence. That's the best way to convince
No, he
anyone.
just doesn't have a choice. That's what it actually means. Yeah, it's translated to in English, okay, so here's what happened from what I can tell. The Hebrew had nicknames for these places and things, and the nicknames made a lesson. It fit in the story to make a lesson. But because they called Egypt limit, and we knew the word limit meant Egypt in that context that was already adopted, they translated it into the English to mean Egypt, which is wrong. It doesn't mean Egypt at all.
Right. You sure about that?
Yep.
Right. Oakley dokley. Are you up for maybe a wee bit of banter after this?
Oh, sure. Just have to go smoke a cigarette and I'll come right back.
Right. Well, then we'll probably go for a wee while. I do think that Bad Tempered Badger is having Jill on at it's either 12 o'clock or it's either 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock. Hold on, we'll find out now.
Poor Badger.
Yes, it'll be in an hour.
Wait. You mean tonight?
Yes.
Or tomorrow afternoon?
No, it's tonight in an hour.
Tonight in 1 hour. Oh, your time. You're talking about your time.
No, an hour is an hour is an hour.
Yeah, but when you stated what time, you said like 12 or 1. I thought you meant... Never mind.
Oh, yes, that's my time. Yes.
Yeah, I was confussed.
Neil has Richard Carrier at midnight. So, I don't know. We'll,
I'd rather watch Richard Carrier talk to Neil.
Well, we could maybe go away and come back and then go a bit at the start. Because at the start, it's Richard Carrier leaving religion. And then the after party's where all the fun is.
Okay, so we got Neil's channel, and who else is competing?
Badger. Bad-tempered Badger.
See, I think Bad-Tempered Badger deserves a lot more attention than Neil does right now.
I know. I've tried to get Bad-Tempered Badger on 2 or 3 times though, man. And it's just our timing doesn't work. These things going on in real life and it's not working out. Oh, yeah. Another thing. Where's me? Hold on. Guess who I confirmed today? I am the Christian vlogger is coming on soon. We haven't confirmed a date.
Wait, you didn't give us a chance to guess. What happened to the Guess Who?
Oh, what
happened to that part?
The Guess Who's the big one that has been confirmed.
Okay.
Just let me bring it up. Okay, guess.
Fred Flintstone.
No.
Roy Rogers.
No.
Marilyn Monroe.
No.
No.
They have been on... They're one of the hosts of a show that does be on the AXP network.
I don't know. Who?
I have got Jenna Belk, one of the hosts of...
Cool.
She does be on AXP. She does be on Talk Heathen. She's been on The Atheist Experience. She usually runs the Bitches show. Fuck me, I can't remember it now. Heathen Bitches. Fucking something like that. I don't watch it. It's a girls show. Aaron Ra, I have emailed Sammy. And Aaron Ra said that he will come on sometime after he's finished doing all his stuff in May. So hopefully we can confirm a date in May for Aaron Ra. But Jenna Belk's coming on. I've got Digital Hammurabi coming on Sunday. I've got Jay from the Nevermore Tavern, the new rebrand. It used to be End the Conspiracy. I've got him coming on Tuesday. A couple other dates lined up, just need to confirm them and stuff. But yeah, lots of good people coming on. Lots of non-drama people coming on. Should be a lot of fun. So if we don't see you, godless bitches. Thank you, godless bitches.
That's it. That's the name of it.
Fuck's sake, godless bitches. I'm useless at this. Yeah. So Jenna Bell's coming on next month, and yeah. I hope she doesn't watch this episode. At least I got her name right. Okay, on that note, we will probably all see us at Neil's. I don't know. I'm very antsy. You might want to talk. But if not, we will see you all at Neil's. And yeah, thanks very much, everybody, for coming. Really do. Appreciate it all. This is nothing without you watching. So,
True story.
I'm just me. Richard's just Richard. And yeah, appreciate you all coming. Thanks very much. Bye. And then I have to find the button.